Let's take a moment, look at the disclaimer. This content is for educational, informational, entertainment purposes only, and nothing should be taken as a recommendation to buy, hold, or sell any securities at any time. We are here just to spread the word on how BTA analyzes the markets, how we look at the markets, and nothing should be taken as a recommendation. This is Rod from BTA, and we are known as the middle traders. We are not going to get in at the exact bottom, and we are not going to get out at the exact top, but we will. We do make money, lots of money in the middle. We are the stock market masters. And sometimes it seems as though we can see the future. Now, this is going to be a short video because we have already went over, okay, the other major ETFs, that major index ETFs, all right? We went over that we're looking at for our weekly Bollinger Band RSI Stochastic MACD strategy that has only signaled 4 times in the last 25 years, and every time it did, it pulled back one time, but that time it did not give the complete setup. But every time the complete setup has happened, it has been successful. So we are now looking at the weekly Bollinger Band, a chart of the weekly Bollinger Band, right, with the RSI once again, stochastic, and the MACD. And this is for the ITOT, okay, for the ITOT. And up top, we have the Bollinger Band. So once again, we completed the setup week. We have completed the signal week. And this week, tomorrow, when the market opens, it's going to be the start of the pivot week. Okay? And today, the market is closed. Once again, this is May the 30th, 2022. The market is closed for the holiday. So tomorrow, when the market opens, we're going to be starting the pivot week. Now, the spread was pretty wide, just like all the other ETFs, major market index ETFs that we looked at in the previous 2 videos. So this week, which was the signal week, okay, we had our follow-through day in that week. Once again, like we said before, we had our follow-through day in that week, and that follow-through day caused prices to surge. Prices moved up rapidly. So, and we closed, as you can see here, we closed almost at the exact top. So basically, all right, the spread from where our pivot point would be to the low of this signal week would be pretty wide. Like we said before in the other video, this time for the ITOT, it's going to be $9.53. Well, we don't really want to take these big losses like this. We don't take big losses. We want to manage our losses, keep our losses very small, okay? We want to keep our losses small and manageable, all right? We don't want to take big losses. So we have to modify that, and that's in our trading plan, okay? And all of the members of BrownTradingAcademy.com has that trading plan, okay, for the weekly Bollinger Band RSI Stochastic MACD strategy. All right, and we're going to follow our plan and our blueprint to the T. And in the blueprint, we've talked about the possibility of it being a large, wide week for this signal week. And if that happens, then our stop loss for our second stop will be too far away from our pivot, and we don't want to take those large losses. Okay, so from the pivot point to the low of the signal week for the ITOT, the low is at $85.80. So for the pivot week to that low, like I said before, the spread would be $9.53. Well, we don't want to do that. So we're going to drop down to the daily chart and use the daily chart 21-day moving average as our second stop loss on a closing basis. So here is the RSI. Once again, the RSI got below 30. recycle, got above 30 and is moving up. Well, the 50 level is around here somewhere. We need to see this RSI get above 50, find support, and keep moving and get to the overbought area, which would be above 30. Okay, just like we spoke about with the other major index ETFs. Now here we got the stochastic. We got a bullish crossover. The stochastic got above the 20 level and it's moving upward. Right now it's at 24.42. And on the weekly chart here of the MACD, well, we didn't get the bullish crossover yet. We know that may happen in the next coming days or weeks, but we're going to be looking for the bullish crossover on the MACD and the histogram to start turning green. Okay, get back above zero and start turning green and expanding, telling us that the momentum is really coming in. Okay, but we know this is a slower indicator than the stochastic and the RSI. So we already broke on the setup week here. We closed below the lower Bollinger Band. On the signal week, we got above the lower Bollinger Band and we closed above the lower Bollinger Band. That completed the signal week. The week coming is going to be our pivot week where we're going to be taking action, right? Well, here is the middle of the Bollinger Band. And once again, we need to see price get above this middle Bollinger Band. Okay? We need to see price get above this middle Bollinger Band. It can hit the middle Bollinger Band and get rejected. We need to see it get above that. And that's going to be an area of interest for us. And we need to see that RSI getting above 50, showing us that the momentum, the bulls are really starting to take control of the momentum. So this is our weekly analysis of this. We got our areas of interest we got to look out for. Don't forget, like I said before, go back and look at the other videos on the YouTube channel, the other videos that we posted up. Go back and look back at the other videos. We talked about key moving averages on the weekly charts and key moving averages on the daily chart, key areas of resistance that could be areas of interest that the market can rally up to those areas and then get rejected. So we got to be on the lookout. We don't know if this rally is going to have some legs and give us a nice tradable relief rally. We don't know that. A nice tradable rally. We know we got to follow through today. We know prices have surged. Can they follow through and keep moving next week? Well, we have to see. But we have to be on the lookout for areas of interest that could act as resistance and cause prices to get rejected. Okay? So we have to be careful and we want to manage our losses, manage our risks. We have to. All right. So now here we're going to go down and we're going to look at the daily chart. Okay. Once again, this is a daily chart of Lois. In Lois, like I said before, we cannot lose with the stuff Lois used. She will lead you to success. Look when the magenta lines are up above prices, how prices are moving down. When the blue line get below prices, we're in the upswing, a bullish upswing. Okay, well, the blue line got below prices. We got our follow through day on Thursday, but the blue line got below prices for lowest 3 days before that. We had a bullish crossover to MACD. The histogram got positive and started expanding. We cannot lose with this stuff Lois used. I'm telling you. So now, here is our 21-day moving average. The yellow line is our 21-day moving average, okay? We're going to use the 21-day moving average as our second stop loss on a closing basis, all right? Just like we are going to use it for the other major market index ETFs, all right? The SPY, the QQQ, the DIA, the IWM. We spoke about that. Go back and look at the other videos. Well, the 21-day moving average is this yellow line, right? This yellow moving average line. It's at $90.20. Okay? So, from the pivot point on the weekly chart, all right, if we use the 21-day moving average as our second stop on a closing basis, well, then the spread, okay, our risk is going to be $2.31. That's a lot less than the spread on the weekly chart where our risk would have been $9.53. Okay. So we're going to be using the 21-day moving average as our second stop loss on a closing basis. Okay. As our second stop loss on a closing basis. And that'll be $2.31. That's a lot more manageable risk. Okay. That's a lot more manageable. And that's what we want to see. Small losses and we want to get larger gains. Okay. We want to manage our loss. So the 21-day moving average on the daily chart of the ITOT, it will be our second stop loss on a closing basis. All right. So now go back and look at the other videos, okay, that we did on the other major market ETFs. We talked about all of this. The spread is wide. In summary, wrap it all up on all of the major market index ETFs that we traded in. We already took some positions because, like we said before, we got in on the follow through day. Okay, so we got in on the day of the follow through day. So we're in already. With the weekly Bollinger Band strategy, we're going to be probably adding to some of our positions, and I think we're going to take our first position in the Qs if that works out nicely. Okay, but at the end of the day, we don't want to, the spread is very wide on all of the major market index ETFs. We don't want to use that low of the signal week as we would normally do, okay, as our second stop because that spread is so wide. And the points from the pivot point to the stop loss will be just too much. That's going to make our risk too high. The possibility of losing too much money. We don't want to do that. So we have to step down to the daily chart. Use the daily chart 21-day moving average as our second stop on a closing basis. That's going to lower our risk, lower the amount of money that we can lose if this trade goes against us, and it's going to manage our risk a lot better. So please pay attention, keep an eye on everything. Like my mentor said, we got to watch everything moving. Okay, keep an eye on everything moving. So, and for the members of BrownTradingAcademy.com, everybody got the trading plan. We will here at BTA be following the trading plan to the T. That's why we wrote the plan. Okay. Because if you don't have a plan, then I guess you plan to fail. Okay. So with that being said, look out for the videos this week. We're going to be doing a lot of updates. We're going to be doing a lot of videos, a lot of updates. Okay. Monitoring this stuff very closely. And if it follows through and we do start getting this rally, whether we're going to be starting taking positions in some of the stocks that's on our watch list. Okay. So just be on the lookout for the videos we're gonna be putting up all week, going over this stuff all week. We're gonna be on it. We may not sleep. We're gonna be on this so much. All right, take care, y'all. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care. Look out for the next couple of videos.